Hello everyone, it's Alythia, and today we had an event in Woozworld that was sort of a trailer for what's to come, I would say, with the 16 plus update. So yesterday, as I logged in, I actually saw that I had a random quest, and it said something along the lines of go and explore the WTF portal room, something like that, which obviously when you just log in and you see WTF, you're bound to feel a little bit taken aback because, why am I seeing this in Woozworld out of all games? What we found out in that portal room was that there's going to be an event later on in the day, and so I tried to be there for the event. I did manage to, except I was not able to get into the room. There was a massive queue. I'm pretty sure at one point there were more than 250 people in the room, which obviously includes the people that are waiting in queue. And I have VIP, and still I was in position 95, something like that. So I just did not get to go to that room at all, but I did get to see what happened. And unfortunately, my microphone was not recording, but there was this point where our new character called Rosa just said, fuck. And everybody just freaked out. Everyone was like, what did she just say? Like, excuse me? What? So that's pretty much how I feel about it too. I guess it makes sense, and I guess I just don't mind that kind of cursing. I think that's pretty natural and pretty normal for people that are, above 16, let alone adults. But there were some people that were cracking jokes. I mean, some people were probably being honest, but they said, oh, I'm Christian and this chat is like burning my eyes and things like that. Point being that it was a very interesting event. If you missed it, don't worry, you can still replay the quests, and I actually went ahead and did that. Ash of Wooz. After weeks of rumors about suspicious portals, incomplete messages, and adorable cats, we finally have answers, and of course, even more questions. But hey, that's part of the fun. It turns out that our reality is under attack by someone, and a mysterious girl from another reality showed up to warn us. She wasn't exactly polite about it, but we'll let that slide. Missed Rose's grand entrance? Don't worry, you can catch it all right here. Now the stage is set for a battle to protect the Woozworld we know and love, and after this, nothing will ever be the same. You won't want to miss this next 3 days. This will be an intense fight where heroes are made, and if you snooze, you lose. So starting tomorrow, September 12th, log in to Woozworld and be a part of this epic adventure. So the only question I do have is, were people who were under 16 seeing this? Like, were they watching this? Because if they weren't, that would be a little bit weird if they ended up in the room in the units and people suddenly started going, what? What did she say? And then it would also be kind of weird if they were there for it, and if they did read these quests, and if they saw all of this. So that's just a little question that I have. Obviously, I do not have the answers to it, but just something to think about. And while I'm on the topic of this, I did not mention this in my updates video. I did forget to, but Woozworld mentioned that they're going to be implementing some sort of direct link between Woozworld and your social media. So they give an example with Instagram. I cannot stress enough how bad of a decision I think that is. I think that is a horrible decision. I don't think that should take place at all, because let's not forget that 16 implies 16 and 17 at the very least. Those are still kids. There will still be people who will be trying to get contact with those people. And I sincerely doubt, unless there is some kind of measure that they're going to be taking, I sincerely doubt that people will be linking Instagram accounts that are 100% Woozworld related and that have absolutely no possible links to any sort of real life social media accounts they may have. I just don't see that happening, and I don't understand why we would want this in Woozworld, because part of Woozworld is the persona, the character that you assume with all of the clothing that you wear, with the manner in which you type perhaps, with any kind of stories you may have created around your character, with the units that you live in. And breaking that sort of wall, I feel like would definitely affect players. I play a lot of video games. I don't personally like seeing what people behind their profiles look like. That's just my own personal preference. I don't like showing myself either. I don't like seeing what people look like if we're just playing video games online. I feel like it's nice to have this sort of anonymity, and this will be lacking if they have no measures to prevent this here. So I hope that they do. Another thing that I am kind of wondering about is, what about all of the suggestive clothing? Because there is, right? You can't deny that. There is suggestive clothing, and I can, off of the top of my head, immediately think about the new tops that exist. There's new kinds of tops that show cleavage, and where in the past, even if you wore a bikini, there was no sort of like outline or shadows, if that's what you want to call it. Now there is. Now there is in a lot of these tank tops and a lot of these crop tops, and I am a little bit concerned about that, because does this mean that young kids will not be able to see these clothing items? Or will they be able to see them? Because that is another problem. I can also think of right now, there's this bikini set, I believe, and it's, dare I say, pretty explicit. It's a lagoon lace bikini top. It has like chains on it, and then that on its own is whatever, if again there wasn't any drawn added cleavage, but there is. And the lower bikini part is not suitable for kids. I don't know how else to put it. I just don't think that's suitable for kids at all. You can add additional chains, which again, I hope that there is some kind of thing in place that will prevent younger people, meaning under 16, right, from seeing and purchasing these items. But then will you hide the items on people in these rooms that do have those items? Will you have some sort of censorship on that? Will you have a default bikini top if a person above 16 is wearing this and they happen to be in a room where there are accounts that are 16 and under? I don't understand how this is going to work, because of course I'm not saying that this game is responsible for fashion advice to kids, right? But if we're going to censor chat to the point where they have to use preset messages, which I'm okay with, by the way. I'm okay with that. I grew up in Club Penguin, all right? I was fine with it. I did not pass away. Everything was fine. And if anything, it made it easier and less stressful for me as a child. Of course, that is my own personal experience. But point being, if we're going to be restricting their chat, if we're going to be restricting their photo albums, their Wooz access, all of those things, are we going to let them see clothing that is inappropriate in nature? Are we going to do that? Because that does not seem fair. Of course, we don't know how things are going to play out. Woozworld did say themselves, hey, we've got a lot of changes coming up. So I'm not putting it past me that perhaps there is going to be some sort of censorship, some sort of default outfit if it shows too much, if you know what I mean. But I can't help but wonder, what is that going to look like? And again, this is not on us, right? Woozworld has their developers, their team, they know what they're doing, but these are just concerns that I can't help but share because I feel like they're very real. Just the perspective of someone who, truth be told, never expected Woozworld to take this direction. I was hoping they would, but I never expected it. Anyway, this has taken a bit of a detour, hasn't it? I'm pretty excited for the future of Woozworld. I just hope that everything is thought through. That's really it. And yeah. Thank you for watching my video. Please leave a comment if you would like to. Leave a like if you would like to. Maybe subscribe to my channel if you feel like you have that in you. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.